Question time here this afternoon, though. Labor was more interested in going after Angus Taylor, again, the Minister for Energy and Emissions Reductions. This is all about a meeting he attended some years ago, a couple of years ago, when Angus Taylor was Minister for Cities, a meeting with the office of then Environment Minister Josh Frydenberg. Now, Angus Taylor was raising concerns at that meeting about an environmental protection order covering grassland, amongst other things, in his electorate. Now, he says thousands of local farmers were concerned about this environmental order. It was stopping them farming their land. That's why he was raising these concerns. The question is, did he properly disclose to Josh Frydenberg's office or the Environment Department that was in on the meeting that he was one of them that was being directly affected? Angus Taylor's family company owns a stake in a wider family company called Jamland, which owns some of the affected land here. It's also Jamland under investigation for allegedly poisoning some of this protected grassland. So did Angus Taylor properly disclose his indirect stake in Jamland?
As I made absolutely clear yesterday, my indirect interest in Jamland, which is part of our family farms, has been widely reported in the media and was declared in accordance with the rules, Mr Speaker. In accordance with the rules. And as I said yesterday, I have no association with the compliance action, and I have never made a representation in relation to it, Mr Speaker.
Angus Taylor says he followed the rules, and here are the rules regarding declaring members' interests. They say that you should notify any relevant interest in any shares, including equitable as well as legal interests, whether held directly or indirectly, which enables a member or member's spouse, dependent child to exercise control over the right to vote or dispose of those shares. So the key there is directly or indirectly hold those shares. You've got to disclose it. So the point made by Labor was he should have had the words Jamland as well as his family company on that disclosure.
I have a copy of the Minister's Statement of Interest. Will the Minister confirm it contains no reference whatsoever to Jamland?
And as I said a moment ago, my indirect interest in Jamland has been widely reported in the media.
Labor also pointed to not just the members' declaration of interest, but the ministerial code of conduct which he's meant to follow. Here's what it says. Ministers must declare and register their personal interests, including but not limited to pecuniary interests, as required by the Parliament from time to time. Except with the express approval of the Prime Minister, ministers will resign or decline directorships of public or private companies and businesses on taking up office as a minister. So in other words, any directorship, ownership in a company, you've got to tell the Prime Minister who's got to give you the all-clear to hang on to it. Otherwise, you've got to get rid of it. Labor's trying to essentially rope in Scott Morrison here as well. Have a look.
When did the Minister tell the Prime Minister that he had an interest in Jamland Pty Ltd?
I have answered the question about the disclosure of my interests before. You need to answer the question as to why you are part of a grubby smear campaign against my family in this Parliament and in the New South Wales Parliament.
Well, Angus Taylor again arguing that he's done nothing wrong here. The meeting was all about representing farmers' concerns. We didn't get too many answers, though, on why, reportedly, at the end of that meeting, there was a question as to whether that environmental protection order could be changed without having to go through the usual departmental process, and whether the change could be made in secret without having to be made public. Labor, no doubt, will continue to keep a bit of pressure on this. They've spent a couple of days of question time this week going after Angus Taylor almost entirely. They see him as a weak link here. The Minister still standing at the end of that question time and insisting he's done nothing wrong, and no signs that the Prime Minister is going to demand that he change his disclosures, get rid of these company interests or anything like that.